India in the 18th century. After the decline of Mughal Empire in 1707, India became reshaped by the emergence of independent kingdoms in the coming years. Aurangzeb's intolerant religious policies caused revolts in different parts of the empire. Due to his long absence from Delhi during the Deccan Wars, his nobles and officials became powerful and ambitious. They carved out independent kingdoms after the death of Aurangzeb. The later Mughals. The rule of great Mughals started with Babur and culminated with the death of Aurangzeb. The successors of Aurangzeb were called the later Mughals. In 1707 CE, Aurangzeb's son Bahadur Shah came to the throne. He was too incompetent to suppress the Marathas and Rajputs. He was succeeded by Jahandar Shah in 1712 CE. Around this time, Sayyid brothers, the powerful nobles, became very powerful and were known as kingmakers. They removed Jahandar Shah from the Mughal throne and made Farrukhsiyar the next Mughal emperor. In 1719, Sayyid brothers killed Farrukhsiyar and made Muhammad Shah the Mughal ruler. During his reign, Nadir Shah, the ruler of Persia, invaded Delhi in 1739 and carried away large booty, including Kohinoor diamond and peacock throne. Muhammad Shah was succeeded by Ahmad Shah and Alamgir II. The later Mughals were not as capable as great Mughals. They became puppets in the hands of their shrewd nobles. Depending on their origin, the nobles were divided into three main rival groups. They were Turanis from Turkestan, the Iranis from Iran, and the Hindustanis from India. They often played the role of kingmaker like Sayyid brothers and conspired to place their favorites on Mughal throne. Shah Alam II was the next Mughal ruler who allied with the Nawabs of Awadh and Bengal to curb the growing power of British. However, the British army defeated the combined forces of these three powers in the historic Battle of Buxar. The Mughal emperor was now compelled to grant the English East India Company the Diwani, or the rights to collect revenue of the provinces of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. The last Mughal ruler was Bahadur Shah Zafar, who participated in the revolt of 1857. He was imprisoned in Rangoon, where he died in 1862. Causes for the decline of Mughal Empire are: Emperor Aurangzeb had depleted the military and the financial resources of his empire by fighting a long war in the Deccan. His rigid and intolerant policies led the Sikhs, Marathas and Rajputs to revolt against Mughal Empire. His successors were too weak and incompetent. The efficiency of the imperial administration broke down as it was difficult for later Mughals to keep a check on their powerful nobles. The invasion of Nadir Shah, the ruler of Persia, and Ahmad Shah Abdali, the Afghan leader, further weakened the Mughal Empire. Emergence of new states. Amongst the states that were carved out of the old Mughal provinces, three states stood out prominently. These were Bengal, Hyderabad, and Awadh. All the three states were founded by the members of the high Mughal nobility. They enjoyed the trust and confidence of the emperor and occupied high mansabdari position. Bengal. Bengal was one of the most important states to emerge as a semi-independent kingdom. Aurangzeb made Murshid Quli Khan the Diwan, or revenue minister of Bengal. Later, he was appointed the governor of Bengal. He quickly seized all the powers, and in an effort to reduce Mughal Jagirdars to Odisha, he also ordered a reassessment of revenues of Bengal. Revenue was collected in cash with great strictness. In order to pay revenue in cash, many zamindars had to borrow money from bankers and moneylenders. Those unable to pay were forced to sell their lands to larger zamindars. Thus, a rich and politically active class of big zamindars and bankers arose. The banking house of Fateh Chand, also known as Jagat Seth, grew very prosperous and powerful. Awadh. Saadat Khan was appointed Subedar of Awadh in 1722. Besides being fertile land, Awadh had the advantage of being located on an important trade route linking Bengal to northwest India. Awadh was close to Delhi and hence played an important role in Mughal politics. He was given the task of suppressing the revolts of local chiefs. Saadat Khan's success got him the title of Burhanul Mulk. He was responsible for managing the political, financial and military affairs of the province of Awadh. He tried to decrease Mughal influence by reducing the number of Jagirdars appointed by Mughals. He appointed his own loyal servants to vacant positions. Saadat Khan improved the economic condition of Awadh by instituting a new revenue settlement. He auctioned the right to collect revenue to Ijardars, who had to make time-bound payments to the state. So long as they paid up on time, the Ijardars were free to extract whatever amounts they could from cultivators. The high rates of revenue forced them and the cultivators in the clutches of moneylenders. It allowed new social groups of bankers and moneylenders to influence the management of the state's revenue system. Hyderabad. Chinkalij Khan was a powerful Mughal noble who was appointed the governor of Deccan and was given the title of Nizam-ul-Mulk by Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar. As the Mughal governor of Deccan provinces, he gained control over its political and financial administration. Taking advantage of turmoil in Deccan, he gathered power in his hands and established the state of Hyderabad. He forced the Mughal emperor to give him the title of Asaf Jah and thus started the Asaf Jahi dynasty. Asaf Jahi brought skilled soldiers and administrators from North India who welcomed the new opportunities in the south. Although he was still the servant of the Mughal emperor, he ruled quite independently without seeking any directions from Delhi or facing any interference. Hyderabad was constantly engaged in a struggle against the Marathas. Asaf Jah's ambitions to control rich textile-producing areas of Coromandel coast were checked by the British. The Nizam's death in 1748 caused the War of Succession in Hyderabad and Karnataka. The English and the French took opposite sides in the war, which ended in Second Carnatic War. Mysore. Next to Hyderabad, the most important power in south was Mysore. In the 18th century, Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan made it very powerful. Hyder Ali became the ruler of Mysore in 1761 and was engaged in war with the Marathas, the Nizam of Hyderabad, and the British. He posed great problems to the British in the two wars that he fought with them. Tipu Sultan succeeded his father Hyder Ali and fought wars against the British. He died heroically defending his kingdom. He was probably the only Indian ruler who understood the true nature of English trading company. He maintained trade relations with foreign countries. His army was well equipped. Impressed by the French Revolution, he even planted a tree of liberty in his capital, Seringapatam. The Rajputs. After the death of Aurangzeb, the Rajput chiefs tried to establish themselves as independent rulers. Many Rajput kings, particularly those belonging to Jodhpur and Amber, had served under the Mughals with distinction. In return, they were permitted to enjoy considerable autonomy in their Watan Jagirs. Some of them won important posts in this process and became quite powerful. For example, Maharaja Ajit Singh of Jodhpur became the governor of Ajmer and Gujarat, and Maharaja Jai Singh II, also known as Savai Raja Jai Singh, became the governor of Malwa and Agra. Savai Raja Jai Singh was particularly interested in astronomy and built observatories at Delhi, Jaipur, Ujjain, Varanasi and Mathura. He founded the beautiful city of Jaipur in Rajasthan, which was scientifically planned. This city is called Pink City because of many pink-colored buildings here. One of the most spectacular forts of Jaipur, the Jaigarh Fort, is situated on a hilltop. The constant disunity among the Rajputs weakened their power. With the rise of Marathas, the Rajput power completely declined. The Marathas. The Marathas under Shivaji posed a threat to Mughal Empire. Shivaji was born in 1627 near Pune. His father was a chief in the court of the Sultan of Bijapur. His mother Jijabai had a major influence in his life. He learned horse riding and the art of warfare at a very young age. Being ambitious, he dreamt of building a Maratha empire. In the 17th century, he organized a band of men who were trained in guerrilla warfare. In guerrilla warfare, the armies did not fight face to face, but ambushed the other side suddenly. He used guerrilla tactics to capture forts. He captured the forts of Torna, Raigad, and Purandar. This alarmed the rulers of Bijapur and Mughals and led to a series of confrontations. In 1674, Shivaji proclaimed himself ruler of the Marathas and took the title of Chhatrapati. The powerful class of Maratha hereditary chiefs, called Deshmukhs, supported Shivaji. Shivaji collected taxes, called Chaut, and Sar Deshmukhi from the rulers he subjugated. Chaut was 1/4 of the revenue and was paid to buy protection from Maratha attacks. Sar Deshmukhi was 1/10 of the revenue which Shivaji demanded as the self-proclaimed chief headman of the region he controlled. Like Akbar, Shivaji was a good administrator and a good conqueror. He was assisted by a group of 8 senior ministers called Ashtapradhan. The most important among them was the Peshwa or Prime Minister. He was in charge of finances. The Chitnis was in charge of royal correspondence, and Dabir assisted the king in matters relating to foreign policy. His kingdom was divided into a number of provinces which were further subdivided into parganas and villages. The Senapati looked after the army, which included infantry, cavalry, artillery and navy. Shivaji died in 1680. After his death, Aurangzeb killed Shivaji's son Shambhaji and captured Shambhaji's infant son Shahu. Aurangzeb's successors released Shahu, who occupied the Maratha throne. He ruled with the help of his Peshwa, Prime Minister. The Peshwa made the Mughal emperor recognize Shahu as the rightful ruler of Marathas and allow him to collect the Chaut and Sar Deshmukhi. Gradually, Peshwa became the real ruler of the Marathas and his post became hereditary. During the course of time, some of the Maratha chiefs like Sindhia in Gwalior, Gaikwad in Baroda, Holkar in Indore, Bhosle in Nagpur became powerful and ambitious. During Shahu's reign, Satara was the Maratha capital. After his death, capital was shifted to Pune. Under the Peshwas, Marathas developed a very successful military campaign. Between 1720 and 1761, the Maratha Empire expanded. Malwa and Gujarat were seized from the Mughals, and Maratha king was recognized as the overlord of the entire Deccan. After raiding Delhi in 1737, the frontiers of Maratha domination expanded into Rajasthan, Punjab, Bengal, and Odisha. But these military campaigns also made other rulers hostile towards the Marathas. As a result, they did not support Marathas in the Third Battle of Panipat. The Sikhs. After the death of Guru Gobind Singh in 1708, his follower Banda Bahadur led the Sikh struggle against the Mughals. He established his own administration and minted coins in the name of Guru Nanak and Guru Gobind Singh. However, Banda Bahadur was captured in 1715 and executed in 1716. Mughal control over the Sikhs weakened after the invasion of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. The Sikhs expanded their rule and were now organized into 12 political units called missals. Each missal was controlled by its chief. The missals were under an organization called the Dal Khalsa, which had an elected leader. The decisions taken at periodic meetings of the Dal Khalsa were regarded as Gurmat, or will of the Guru. Around the end of 18th century, Maharaja Ranjit Singh united the Sikhs and established the independent state of Punjab. He established one of the strongest kingdoms, as his army was only second best to the British in Asia. He employed Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs in his administration. So long as he was alive, the British did not attempt to conquer the Punjab. He conquered Kashmir, Peshawar and Multan. The Jats. Jats consolidated their power under their leader Churaman, who acquired control over the territories situated to the west of the city of Delhi. By the 1680s, they began dominating the region between the two imperial cities of Delhi and Agra. For a while, they became the virtual custodian of the city of Agra. Surajmal was their greatest ruler. Under him, the kingdom of Bharatpur emerged as a strong state. Under his leadership, the Jats successfully resisted the attack by Ahmad Shah Abdali. The Jat state declined after the death of Surajmal in 1763.